Can you see that?
One sec. Yep.
See the charts?
Yep.
Yep, cool. Okay. So this is the TradingView platform. I only use the free version. So you keep getting the ads popping up here and there. So just delete them. So I'll just quickly go over the charts and what's on there and what you have. Like down the bottom, of course, you got your dates, and up the side here, you got your prices. This one's the Ethereum one, and I'll just zoom in. To zoom in, I just drag along the bottom here, just so you can see the difference. Now these candles, or this chart has got candlesticks on it. There's different types of charts you can use. If you go into this up here, you've got a range of different types. Just the line chart, which is just that. The only drawback with the line chart is it only has the close price for the day, whereas we want to see what happened throughout the day, so we use the candlestick chart. Another one
the
here.
The candlestick ones is most detailed.
Yeah, we've got bar charts like this as well, but see, they're a little bit harder to read. You can't see the, you got to zoom in closer because they've got the same information as the candlestick, but the candlesticks just look. I find them easier to look at. It's more obvious. Yeah. So each one. So we'll pick out a candle here, and this one here. This one here's you can see it's a red one. So the red ones mean that basically the top of the red candle is where the open price was for the day, and then the very bottom is the low for the day. And you can't quite see on that one. We'll go to this one here. You can see the top point. I'll just zoom in a bit more so you can see. So if you can pick something out. So yeah, so this one here, you can see you've got the top here. You've got that point, there's the open. Then you've got the close, and then you've got the low for the day. So that.
Okay, so that's the open, but then the top is like how high up it went.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
yeah. And when the red ones mean that the close is finished lower than the open for the day. The green one means the reverse.
Yeah.
Okay. This part down the bottom here, this is your volume. So basically, this sort of says how many transactions happened during the day. The color just means that was a down day.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Now, does it say numbers, or do you just see how much there is?
The volume, see this number over here? That's your volume there. So whatever candle you're on, that'll give you your volume over here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, well, don't need that ad. All right. So you can see some lines I've drawn on the charts here. I'm just going to zoom out again. Sorry, zoom back in. Or out, no, out. There we go. So you see overall picture of the market.
Yep.
This line here is what I call a trend line. And there's numerous trend lines we can do. This one, because it's going up, you're looking for 3 points of contact to give you a proper trend line. So that way you can.
So the bottom one is looking for the lows, yeah? Yeah.
So the bottom one, we're clicking on the low, 3 low points, or you want to cover 3 low points, and that gives you a trend line. It sort of doesn't have to be exactly on the very, they're not an exact science of being right on there. They're a guide, but often it gives you a bit of an idea of the price might, once you get this established trend line, the price might pop down again and touch on that and move on again.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that with the trend lines and these charts is we've got different time frames. So I was playing around with this earlier, and that's why I left this line up here. So I'll zoom out again. Just to move this around, just a matter of left clicking on that, and I can move that up or down as well, because you'll notice in a minute when I change the time frame, this is going to be different.
Yeah.
So up here we've got this is where you change your time frame. So you've got, click in here, and this is all of the different time frames you've got. You've got all the way down to 1 month, 1 week, and then all the way smaller down 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1, all the way.
1 second.
Yeah. Well, some people see there's different way people trade. Some people trade longer term over so
Yeah.
many days. Some people are day traders. So they're looking at minutes and seconds. So they might have a bigger position, but they're looking at getting in and out quicker.
Yeah.
So if you've got $500 in it, it's not going to make a big difference if it moves only a couple of points. But if you've got a bigger balance of that in, then it doesn't need to move a lot of points for people to make some money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I drew this trend line earlier, and I actually drew that, I think it was on a 15-minute chart. So now I'll just adjust the image so we can see that. So I'm going to drag this bottom back across so that it comes back into place. And also I'll use this side to stretch the chart out a bit too.
Yeah.
So you can just see. Just center it down. We'll make it a little bit bigger to read. Once again, we can see that I've got 3 points here, 3 points of contact. And as I said, that popped down, but that's, look, it's not an exact line, it's close. And you can see that this is it's following it. It's come down a bit, then it's gone back up, it's come down a bit, and then you've got this candle here. It looks like it's starting to head back up again, which is exactly what we want.
Yeah.
So that candle that just happened there, you'd call that's pretty much a bullish candle. It's green. It's opened close to this. I'll just make that bigger so you can see it easier. So because it's 15 minutes, each one of these candles represents a 15-minute time frame. So you can see that it's this candle closed, and then this one opened at the same level as that previous close, popped down a little bit, but then it pushed its way back up again.
Yeah.
When it closes outside of the previous candle like it has here, can you see that? That's more of a positive candle. So so it could happen in reverse as well, but when you get it outside that range like that, they call that an outside candle, because it's opened at the bottom and then it's gone past that. So that's more of a reversing candle to what the previous one was.
Yeah.
So now I'll just go back to our day scenario. And adjust the charts accordingly so it all fits back in. Right, now what I'll do, I'll just remove these lines and I'll show you how we do these lines.
Yeah.
So just to remove it, I'll just right click on that and go up and use the rubbish bin. Same with this one here. So that gets rid of all of that. Over here, we've got a range of tools we can use. And if you go into this one, this is a lines one. These are the main ones that I use, so I won't bother going through all the others. I'll just cover the ones that I use a lot. So we go in here, we've got trend line, and we've also got horizontal lines.
Yeah.
So, and vertical lines and crosshairs and all of them sort of things. So they're all pretty obvious.
Yeah.
We can go, so we're going to do a trend line, just show you how we do that. Now there's a function down here. Lock all drawn tools, not magnet. Oh yeah, I only found this yesterday. I hadn't, other software I use, I'm familiar with it, but this magnetic mode, when this is highlighted like that, means if I go to the bottom of this chart, this line here, and click near it, it should it'll lock that to that bottom point.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I don't have to I don't have to worry about if I'm right on it. It should automatically do it. And then you do a line up there and then click on that again. So when it's down the bottom, you click, keep your finger down, drag it up, and then click again to finish where you want it to be. So that's your trend line. You mentioned about the other day about you weren't familiar with the terms support and resistance. It's often what you hear them words spoken a lot.
Yeah.
What tends to happen is you get throughout the charts, you get places that are what they call resistance lines. And often these resistance lines are, where are round numbers. See how we got this 2600 here?
Where am I looking?
Look, see this 2600 here?
Oh, yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I do a line across there, that basically, when it's coming up, if it comes up to that, that's a resistance level. So
Okay,
if
yeah.
it's gone up, it's touched it and it's bounced back down.
Yeah.
What you tend to find happens is once it actually does break through resistance,
Mhm.
this is a good point to enter, because a lot of the time when it does break through, and especially with a
Yeah.
strong move like that, then
So that becomes a new low.
yeah, so that becomes a support level then.
Yeah.
All right, and as you notice here, it's come back down. The actual opens and closes have stayed on that line, and
Mhm.
even this one over here has just come down and
Oh,
touched
yeah.
it, and then they've moved it away.
Ah.
So that's a support line there.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just take these lines off again. Right. Now, also I've mentioned patterns, that I like patterns, and patterns are when you start to look more and more at charts, the patterns seem to appear more and more.
Yeah.
So we've got once again, we can use our trend line tool, or we can actually use another tool in here, which gives you a measuring tool, gives you a price range.
Yeah.
So we click on this. So we go from the bottom of this one up to the top of this one. And that gives you that range. So it's gone up 764 or 37.28%.
Yeah.
Now, this pattern here is what we call a flag or pennant pattern. You can see it's gone from here, had a strong move up, then it's gone sideways and down a little bit over a couple of days, and then it started to move up again.
Yeah.
So actually what I'll do is I'll just remove this one and I'll do that trend line instead. And then that way we can clone it. So we go from here to here. Right. So then now, because what often happens with these flag patterns, I'm just going to drag this down a little bit, is you get this distance that's gone up, and then you get your sideways movement. And when it breaks that flag pattern, it often will travel that distance again. Not all the time, but often. It's a bit of a guide. So if we just right click on that, we can go clone, and it gives us a copy of that line. So I can just drag it up to here. And you can see from that, it actually come pretty close.
Yeah, that's almost exactly the same.
Yeah. And the more you look at charts, the more you see these patterns happen.
Yeah.
So so this is what we're looking for. Some other things too, I'm just going to drag this up a bit. With the volume across the bottom, sometimes you notice that you get big days and little days. And it's not but what often happens when you get big moves, the start of it, see how this day is bigger than the other days? Can you see that? So that, I'll just spread that out a little bit. So you've got this one in here, it's a bit bigger than the day before. So that was, and see how much that moved down. So that means that there's more people thinking, oh, I don't like this, I want to get out.
Yeah.
And then the next day you get another big move as well. So sometimes it's like you could get a few of these bigger candles, and it just means that the market's turned direction, it's heading down for a little bit. But then,
so if you see like a lot of days with the red bars at the bottom, is that bad?
it just means it's heading down at the moment. So we're looking for a place for where it's going to turn around and come back up again. When we're looking at charts, they use the term higher highs and higher lows. So we've got, starting from down here, see this point here, that's a higher high, and that's a higher low, because there was the previous low, that's a high. So that's how it's trending up. So same up here, you've got this higher high, and then this lower low. So it's still, until it breaks back around below one of these down here, you still say it's trending. So this, so because it's going up, this one, you know, it hasn't come back down there, so it's still moving up. Then this one here, this hasn't broken it, so we still say it's moving up.
Yeah.
This one here, it still looks like it's moving up. So until it breaks that trend, we just go with the trend.
Yeah.
They say the trend is your friend. So yeah. What else have we got? Oh, because there's so many things to look at, and when you're looking at, we've got limited funds with what we can invest. You want to try and get the best, trying to find the best return you can get. So if you're looking for entry points, I like to use this tool to just see how much things have moved down. So if I'm comparing, so this has come down to here. So that's come down 22%. So if I was looking at other charts, and there's one that's there's a coin that I'm happy with that I really want to get into, but it's gone down sort of 30%, and then then you're starting to get these patterns where it's moving up again. Then I prefer to buy the one that's got 30% upside than just 22% upside. If it's a sort of coin that I want to sort of get and hold.
Yeah.
Okay. Now to find the different coins that we're interested in looking at, we go up to here.
Yeah.
And this software is actually good for charts, futures, forex, CFDs, and the indexes as well. But we're just playing around with crypto, so we'll click in here and look at that. So we're going to change this in here. We'll find a different one. Any you had in mind?
Find VET last night, but then I didn't know which one it was. There was none that said AUD next to it.
VET?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just have a look and see if there's an Aussie dollar version. Doesn't look like there is.
Yeah.
We'll just try typing. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So we've got to stick with the US dollar version, and I'll use the Binance one, calculated by TradingView. So I'll stick with that.
Okay.
So there we go. That's swapped.
I mean, the graphs will still be the same. Yeah, it's just the prices are different.
Yeah, it's the same format going, unless you go in and change it. Then once you change it, it sort of carries from one chart to the next, the same format. So if you wanted to go and do line charts, or because you can also do comparisons as well. So if we compare or add a symbol, so we could compare, I'll even put BNB US dollar. So you can compare two stocks against each other. The only thing with this is the one you're comparing is a line chart.
Yeah.
So that's only got the close. So that's pretty much the same sort of trend as well. It's got the same sort of action that's happening. Here is a little bit different, but yeah, there you go. So that's just for comparison's sake. So we'll just take that one off. What else we got? Oh, there's a whole heap of indicators you can use as well up in here.
Yeah.
So there's so much to learn in here. There's heaps of different ones. Oh, I was looking for that the other day. Okay. One that I didn't sort of mention to you because I couldn't find it is the Fibonacci retracements and extensions. So we'll play around with this for a minute. Oops.
That.
I haven't used this on this program before. I don't actually like the way it sets it up. It's too hard to see.
Do you need to speak about on the side on how to add a list of?
Yep, I'll cover that. Yeah, I was going to. Yeah, I don't like the way this it goes from the low point to the high point there. Yeah, I'll leave that one for today. I'll play around a bit with it in another time. Indicators. All right. Okay, over here we've got our watch list. So you put your whatever it is, coins or stocks, whatever you want to be following, or precious metals. I got gold up here. That's something I like to look at, which is it's been heading down, but it's sort of did a bit of a trend line with this the other day, and I discarded that one because I had more points along here, so that's looking positive because it's broken above that trend line. It'll be more exciting when it gets up past this one, but at the moment it's looking positive. And as I was pointing out to you the other day, this one here, that this is a double bottom. This is another pattern that you often see where it comes down, goes up and comes down again, and this will often move up that same distance. So this is two trend lines. I've just added them on top of each other. I cloned this one. That just gives me an expected target price of this blue line here, 1838. So yeah, that could be a point where it's that's sort of completed that range to there. Then after that, you reassess what you want to do with it. So now to add a symbol, we just go into here, click on that, and then you put in whatever one you want to put in. Is there any you got in mind that we haven't already got? I've got a bit of a list there.
I couldn't find Bitcoin yesterday. I didn't know which one.
BCT. I've already got that in my list.
Yeah, but which one is it? Is there an AUD one?
Yeah, BCT AUD. Yeah.
Oh,
I've already got it.
So I couldn't find it last night.
Yeah, I'll show you in a sec. Did we do Doggy Coin?
Yeah, that's there.
Is that in my list as well, is it? Oh, yeah, we did do that. Yep. What else? Well, I can just add, I think I added it as a US. It's probably not a, you get the options of US or Australian or other currencies. But yeah, but you just go in, put it whatever code you want to add to your watch list. And then once you've clicked on that, it'll just add it in here somewhere, and that's it, done. All right, what else did we have? Covered that. You can set alerts in here. I haven't sort of done it. I think with the free version, I think you can set one alert. With the subscribed versions, I think you can set more alerts. And there is, I know a guy, BitBoy, that I watch a lot of his videos on YouTube. He actually, they have this, but they use another software program called Market Cipher, and he's always talking about that, how great it is, and that can be somewhere incorporated into this. So it's very good. It shows you points that are possible turning points and gives people good entry points. So he's made a lot of money from that trading software that he's always talking about.
Market Cipher's not free, yeah?
No, it's I think it's like 400 US to sign up. So I did have a look at it, but
how much is a subscription version of this?
I actually haven't looked because I mainly just use the free version.
Don't really need it.
Well, if I was going to use Connect Market Cipher, then you'd have to get the paid version.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're normally sort of, I don't know, 20, 40, $50 a month or something like that. But you've got to watch
Okay.
out. A lot of these are all US dollars. So when you
Yeah.
convert them, it stitches you up. And some other things with regards to research and having a look at what there is out there. We've got this cryptocurrency price CoinMarketCap, really informative site. It's got a lot of information. So
Yeah.
you can go in here and it's got them ranked by market capitalization.
What is happening with Tether?
Tether. Tether's it's one of those stable coins. So I don't know why it's gone flatline there. I don't know.
Yeah, it died.
Yeah.
Need CPR.
It's an equivalent to the US dollar, I think. So this also shows you all the different time frames and how much the prices fluctuated in that time frame. So we've got 24 hours, 7-day, 30-day, and you've got customized over here. You can have 60-day, 90-day, whatever. There's all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
That you can go through. The volume as well. Circulate and supply. That's another important thing that you want to be aware of. You want to get things that tend to have good circulate and supply like this. So you can see that goes all the way to nearly to the top. So it means that, in particular, Bitcoin, it means most of the coins have been produced already and in circulation. So that's positive because then you haven't got the opportunity for a lot of people that have owned them off that aren't in circulation that can just come in and dump them and sell them. So so that's a good thing. XRP is another popular one that's been doing all sorts of wonderful things over the last month, but just the last few days, last week, it hasn't been so crash hot.
Yeah.
So that's
But Dogecoin is going back down.
Yeah. Yeah. Down 17%. Yeah.
Wasn't that like number 4?
Did you read that article? Yeah, it was. Did you read that article I sent you?
Oh, no, I haven't.
No,
Wait, let me see if
right.
I got it.
No drama. It's all right. Catch it later. Yeah, but basically it just said that it was just set up as a joke. Just guys were just stuffing around and set it up, and yeah, it's just crazy that it's gone so. That's market cap is so high that it's put it. Well, it wasn't number 4 or something.
Yeah, there was like a couple of videos last night talking about it. It's like saying, oh, these people have it and they have held on to it and then they haven't sold it and they owed like a big chunk of it, so they must be seeing potential.
But it's got no use other than just possibly a currency sort of thing, just an exchange money sort of thing. So it hasn't got a lot of other things backing it up. So another interesting site for information is CoinGecko.
Yeah.
So this one, similar to CoinMarketCap, and I use the other one, CoinMarketCap. You can actually set up a portfolio. So if you've got currencies or you've got your coins in numerous wallets, you can get them all connected up to CoinMarketCap and just have one site that you just go to and see what your balance is at any one time. Instead of having to check all your exchanges, you can just go in there.
Yeah.
Because there's quite a few different exchanges, and I've sort of signed up for different ones for different things.
But just for coins or for like other things as well?
They're just cryptocurrencies, them ones, the exchanges that I'm talking about. Because I've signed up with, I started off with CoinJar, and that only had like 20 coins or something. So I went to CoinSpot, which is an Australian one as well. So that was quite easy to set up, and I really like it. It's a easy one to use, because I've also signed up with Binance, and that's a lot more complicated. I've got some stuff with a Kraken account, which I can't beat CoinSpot for ease of use. But Kraken has the opportunity for staking, which is like you put your coins into you stake them, and then you can actually earn a return, passive income off them. So I've actually got, I've got Binance account as well. So I've got some Binance coins in Binance.
Can we get tax on this?
Yes, you do get tax. Actually, that's another thing I didn't. There's actually a cool software program that actually Abdi showed me about, and where are we? I'll go in here. Coinly. Yeah, this one, Coinly. So it doesn't come up with its name. Where is it? Yeah, so you just see up the top there, Coinly. So you go in there, and it actually shows you. If I log in, it'll give too much information out. But, yeah, so Coinly, you just log into that one.
And what does it tell you?
Well, what you can do is you connect it up to all the different wallets, and then it will download all the information. It'll tell you, it'll sort your tax out. It cost you, I think it's about $100 to get the end of financial report, but for the sake of, I've got lots of transactions, so it'll take me days to sort out what's what. Whereas with that program,
when it comes tax time, do we have to declare this?
Yes. Yep.
Oh.
The governments always they want their cut. They always want their cut.
The hell?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't get away from it. Look, the way I look at it though, if you're paying more tax, it means you're making more money. So,
wait, is it only if you've made money, right?
Yeah, it's only,
like
you only
a
get
decent
tax on
amount of
profits.
money. If you've only made like a couple of $100s, like do you still get tax?
Yeah, you still look. You don't want to go getting a fine. You just declare everything, and it mightn't a couple of $100. You mightn't get because you might be able to claim, using your computer for making your money and things. I don't know. I'm not a tax accountant and can't give financial advice. So that's what you hear. That all of the YouTube gurus, it's always one of their big things. I'm not a financial advisor, so this is for education purposes only. So please do not go ahead and do anything. Did you have to be out of here by 7:30 for a reason, or?
Oh, well, my friends are coming, so I'll let you know when they bang on the door.
Yep, no worries. What else was I going to show you? So I'll go out of this one. I'll go back to. I'll just get my bookmarks as if there's anything else. Back to this one. This was interesting. This is a cool site too. Look into Bitcoin. So it's got all of these different charts. So because people are, everyone's saying that Bitcoin's in a bubble. Yeah, it is in a bubble, but I sort of tend to think it's not over yet. And if you look into some of these charts, they're indicators. It sort of gives you a bit of more of an idea of where it's at as well. Oh, there it is. You can see throughout history, there's been previous highs and lows, and you've got these two lines on here. You've got a moving average, and then that's the green one, and then it's 2-year moving average, and then the top one is like 5 times that. So it just makes it a bit higher there. So you can see, and throughout history, there's always been a big move above the line. That's where they've got the red coloured in there before the market sort of turns around. And then here again, you've got this big move up above the red line, and then it comes back down a bit here again. And then in 2017, when there was that huge correction, that lots of people lost lots of money on Bitcoin. And so we had this huge move up again, and you get that red bit up there before it turned around. You can see where we are now up here. We haven't had that huge move up yet. Yeah. So that's why I think that we've still got plenty of room for it to move. Okay. And just listening to BitBoy today, he was saying that Visa is actually starting to get on board with crypto. So what that means is they're actually going to, a lot of the people that are talking about doing that sort of thing are looking at having a crypto account sort of thing where they'd take money out of the crypto account, whereas this is just going to do a straight conversion, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% of it, but basically there's going to be more people start to become aware of cryptocurrencies, as it's becoming more and more open to them, more common for people. So as that all happens, that of course then means that there's going to be more chances of things going up.
Yeah.
Still, a lot of the people don't know about it. So as more and more people learn about it, it becomes more interesting. We'll just go to one more of these charts in here before your friends arrive.
Yep.
This one here. Still loading. Here we go. The thing that makes Bitcoin so valuable is that it's a limited supply. So there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoins produced. And at the moment, there's over 80% of them are produced. So, but since it's been started, I can't remember how many they originally started producing for when the computer did the logarithm problem, and then it got rewarded so many Bitcoin, whereas now it might have started off at 100 maybe, I'm not sure, 50, but over the years, every 4 years, that number has dropped down. So it sort of dropped down to 50, then from 50 to 25, and then after another 4 years, it's dropped down to 12 and a half, and now the most recent one, it dropped down to 6.25. So,
not much less at all.
Yeah, so it takes more work to get less, and throughout, I think it's 2040 or something before they expect the last of the Bitcoin to be mined, if it ever is.
Yep.
But you can see with this too. Once again, you got this brown line. That's the sort of when the Bitcoin halving happens. So then things sort of move sideways a bit. So then you see each of these. It's always had a big move up. Always a big move up before it comes down again. So that 2017, it had the halving happened and the price moved up, and then it come back down again. So we still haven't got up to that price moving up. The colours is the days until the next halving. So it starts off down the bottom as being the red. So as it gets closer and closer, then it gets darker and darker. Yeah. So that's that. Yeah. Is there anything else? Any other questions we had? We've covered all of the.
So when people buy Bitcoin, right?
Yep.
Because you say there's a limited amount. Like, what happens if it runs out? You can't buy it anymore?
No, it just means the price goes up. You beauty.
Okay.
Yeah. As there's less and less supply, that's the only thing that can happen is the price goes up. That's what I know. Some of the people I've heard, they said that if every billionaire in the world bought one Bitcoin, the price would, just by the number of billionaires, the price would have to be at least 150,000. I think they said.
Okay.
So yeah, and there's more.
Because like, if say there's like 10, and then like the 10 is bought out, so 10 people own it, right?
Yep.
And then if I want to go buy some, like I don't get it.
Yeah, well, then you got to pay. At some point, they'd be willing to sell. So you got to pay a price that they'd be willing to take.
So I'll have to wait for them to sell it before I can buy it.
Yeah, but you're just lucky. There's like so many million of them. How many is there at the moment? There's at the moment there's 18,688,000. So you should be able to find someone to buy one off if you've got the spare 69,000.
I wish I was to say, oh yes, I have one Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Wait, can you show me how to do that support line again?
Support line, yep. Okay. So up here is all your lines. So just click on here whether you want to do a trend line or a horizontal line.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, so we can do a support line as it goes down as well. So the trend. So look at it. Okay, we'll come back. We'll come from this one here. Oops, not there. Here. Oops, it's locked into that for some reason. So that sort of covers, then click on it again. So once you click on this, you click on where you want to start it from, and you click where you want to finish it. And then once you move off, then you click again, and it takes the little things off. So you can see often you get these channels where things are moving in and out. There's some processes where you can actually, with stocks and things like that, you can trade, you can make money when things go down. And so if you saw this channel established, then you'd say, okay, look, it bounced off that strong move down. I'm going to short the market until it touches a line, and I'll get out and then look at possibly buying back in again. So yeah. So that covered a bit, didn't it?
Give me 1 second. I'll be back.
Yep.